The three biggest mistakes that I see when people manifest is that their internal state, their beliefs, their mind, their nervous system is not in congruency or in alignment with what they say that they're desiring. And because a lot of people decide that they aren't willing to do the work or they say, I just don't want it, then they end up losing sight of their manifestation and the thing that they actually desire because instead of being willing to do that deeper work, they just say, no, I don't want it anymore. It's always you versus you. And if you continuously make your desires a burden or a problem, then eventually, of course, you are going to say, I just don't want it anymore. It's too much work. It's too hard. And this is why I really love my Magic Morning Mindset map because it's made my desires a game. It's made it something fun instead of making it a problem, instead of making it a burden, instead of making it something that is an issue. It's something that is fun for me now. Like this year, I switched out one of my desires because I have like a top three things that I want to work on. And it's either health, wealth, or relationships, which is the big three. And so one of them I switched out and I said I wanted new friends. And I just joined a membership community of amazing women. And it's so fun. Like I could have looked at it as something that's a burden, like, oh my God, I don't have any friends. And I have to make new friends and get to know new people. And it's just been so fun and so seamless and so just like interesting meeting new people and actually fulfilling this desire. And when I go back and look, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually something that I intended to do and I had the intentions of doing when I switched my last year's desire out for this one. So instead of denying your desire and making it an issue and making it a problem and making it a burden, it's like why not bring that in and make it something that is fun, make it something that is what it actually is, which is a desire that came from God that is allowing you, like we have a desire to have something, right? And that is what motivates us to do the actions and become the person that allows us to have the thing. It's not about having the thing, it's about the journey of becoming. And instead of owning that manifestation and owning the desire, most people just start to deny it or say, oh, I don't really care. Like I want to be single forever. I don't want to be in a relationship. Instead of actually owning the desire. Like I do want a relationship. I do want marriage. I do want children. People pretend to be so evolved out of it or so high consciousness that they're just like, I don't need anyone, I just need myself. And we're humans. We're literally built in the image of God. And even God isn't alone. It's Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. God isn't even alone. So why would we think that we could function alone in a sphere all by ourselves, just doing inner work and just pretending that we're okay when really we want connection, we're just afraid of it. Same thing with like losing weight. A lot of people are like, no, I'm fat and I'm happy, or I'm overweight and I'm happy. Through denying yourself this thing, and taking away the desire and making it a problem or just saying that you don't want it anymore, you're taking away your opportunity to become more of yourself, to become a more authentic version of yourself, to shed more layers and become the most purest, most loving, most abundant version of yourself. It's like we can't only be happy and abundant in the spiritual, right? Oh, I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich. I'll be rich in heaven when, on the other side. It's like, why not have it here in the 3D? Why not have the manifestation come here in the 3D? Why not have the amazing body here in the 3D? Why not have the money, the physical money here in the 3D? Why not have the relationships here in the 3D? And some people like to say, oh, I don't want things. I don't want much. I'm a simple person. I'm not materialistic. And it's like, we're in a 3D world. Like everything is materials, right? Like everything that you're desiring to manifest, unless it's something like, I don't know, inner peace or something, like everything that you're actually desiring is tangible, is physical, is in the 3D. So denying yourself this thing is going to stunt your growth and keep you stagnant. And the people who are going to be like at the top of everything, like just top 1%, the type of person who people are going to throw money at are the people who are going to be abundant in every single area of their life. Not just have a lot of money, not just be super fit, not just have good relationships, but have all three. And once you master all three and allow yourself to have all three and not deny yourself the beauty of actually manifesting things in this reality, then you will see how abundance and money and prosperity and all these things will actually start to change you from the inside out, not because of the thing, not because of the man, not because of the money, not because of the body, but because of who you're becoming along the way. I watched this video that has stuck with me for years, and it was, I think his name is Ty Lopez, and he was talking about in this video, he was being interviewed by this like tall, like slim man. He was saying how the most evolved species or evolved individuals in a species are the ones who are able to learn from other people's mistakes, from other people's shortcomings or failings. Like you don't have to get hit by the car to understand that you need to look both ways and cross the street. And also the people who are the most evolved are the ones who are not going to wait till like they get hit by the car, right? Or wait until they hit rock bottom, or wait until, things get really bad for them to actually make a change and actually um, become a better version of themselves, to step into a new identity, to do the nervous system expansion work, to do the identity work, to do the mindset work, right? Like it's all encompassing. People who are the most evolved, especially moving into this new age of consciousness and this new, like, uh, more expansive way of being and living, the people who make the changes and do the developments and evolve just for evolution's sake, honestly, are the ones who are going to be at the top levels, because consciousness is going to become more and more important, especially as AI is coming in. Like, that is going to be the most important. It's the people who are constantly working on themselves and growing, not because it's a burden, not because they're broken, not because there's something wrong with them, but because they have the internal motivation to create the life that they desire. Back when I was unconscious or self-conscious, I would only change if I felt like I was broken. I would only change if, shit hit the fan and I was at rock bottom and I was caught between a rock and a hard place. Then I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna work on my health. Now I'm going to get the therapy. Now I'm going to get the coaching. Now I'm going to get whatever help that I felt like I needed in that moment. Now I'm going to, buy whatever course. It would only be when I was at rock bottom is when I would change. And now that I am in of a more conscious state, and sometimes super conscious state, when I'm actually like tuned in and tapped in, because I'm at that place now, I'm changing and I'm evolving because I want to be better. I have legacy mindset. I have long-term growth mindset, not just a quick little dopamine hit. Let me lose 7 pounds in 7 days. It's like, I want to make my life experience the best possible. I want to manifest the things as my reality because I want to create these results in my reality. I don't want to have these visions and these desires in my heart and go to the grave and be like, I didn't accomplish any of it. I didn't want to keep looking at my vision boards or now my Magic Morning Mindset map. And that's the thing that I've been using for the past few years. I didn't want to keep looking at that and be like, dang, I didn't accomplish anything. Like, I didn't change anything. I didn't grow in any way. I didn't evolve. And so now evolution has become a mindset, a lifestyle, a programming in me. And it's taken time. And of course, like I say, momentum builds up after you continuously take those footsteps. But it has to become an identity for you. And at that point, that's when manifestation becomes so easy. Like, so easy. Like, instead of feeling like I have to change because I'm broken, and that's the healing paradigm, right? That's the healing consciousness, the problem consciousness, the problem focused way of thinking. And if you want to learn more about that, I have a training in mindset mastery, my course, that talks about how to heal without healing and how to become more solution consciousness and solution oriented, because that is a place when you're moving from a higher consciousness place, that is a place where you will start to manifest things really fast, and you won't have to take this long route of like healing for 20 years in therapy, or feeling like you have to just continuously process and you're always broken, and like you have to get out of the healing paradigm. This is why I always talk about how to heal without healing, and stop healing in order to heal, because the more that you focus on your past and your traumas and the things that are the reasons why, right? The reasons why I can't be successful, the reasons why I can't lose the weight, the reasons why I can't be in a relationship, the reasons why I can't start a business. I found it so interesting, and I was just thinking about this earlier, that it used to be the message, right, that everyone could start a business. Anyone could be an entrepreneur, anyone could be a business owner. And this was like in 2020, right? That was the time where it was just like everyone's starting a business, everyone's starting LLCs. And then now we have this messaging that is like, oh, well, no one can start a business. It's not for everybody. Entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. You have to be a certain type of person. And that goes back into what I was saying earlier about people not allowing themselves to have the desire. I was telling somebody really close to me, it was two people actually, but they got so upset when I told them this. And I was like, I feel like everyone should be an entrepreneur. And they were like, no, entrepreneurship isn't for everyone. No, you're wrong. And I'm like, okay, before the Industrial Revolution, right? Before we all became cogs in a machine, before things were set up for us to just be able to fit in a slot, and we just had to repetitively do tasks, what did people do before? People were midwives, they were housewives, they were nannies, they were taking care of other people's children, they were sewers, they were bakers. I'm just talking about women right now. Of course, men did what they always do, like they doing other stuff, but just think about what women could do. There were people who were entrepreneurs and self-employed and doing their own thing and using their God-given gifts and skills. So I'm like, how is it possible that all of a sudden post-industrial revolution, people are just no longer able to have entrepreneurial mindsets and not be able to use their skills anymore? Because it's just not for everybody. Everyone has gifts. Everyone has skills. Everyone, even if you don't Well, I mean, side hustle is entrepreneurship too. Even if you don't start a business, right? You still could do a side hustle. You still could have other sources of income. You still could activate your creativity, not just to monetize it, but because you should be able to get paid for your gifts and your sacred offerings and your skills and the things that you've developed over time. So that's another way that people are like, oh, entrepreneurship just isn't for everyone. I'm just gonna go back into my shell. It's not for everybody. It's just not in me. You have to have a special type of mindset. You have to be a special type of snowflake. And it's like, no. Before the Industrial Revolution, a lot of people were entrepreneurs. And I know a lot of my opinions are controversial, but it's whatever. So I do feel like you can be an entrepreneur. I do feel like a lot of people aren't happy with where they are physically, financially, spiritually, relationally, and to continuously deny yourself the manifestation and just say, oh, I just don't want it anymore, is going to be a detriment to the person that God is beckoning you and summoning you and calling you to become. It really does take an act of bravery and courage to do the deeper work and face yourself and face your fears, face your anxieties, face your desires, and say, okay, I'm going to put in the effort and at least die trying, that I'm going to have this thing. I'm going to manifest this thing. And that's what manifestation is, right? It's bringing something that is in the spiritual, is, a desire in your heart, that is a vision in your mind, and manifesting it and bringing it into the physical. That is what manifestation is. So denying yourself the thing completely, or saying that you don't want it, or focusing on something else, what a lot of people do. Instead of focusing on relationships, they'll say, I'm just going to go get another degree. Or they'll start a business and they're just like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna work out, I'm gonna start a business, even though they know they want to be in a healthy body. They're gonna distract themselves with something else that might be easier, right? In the West, it's easier to make money than to get healthier in some people's minds, or get relationally healthier and develop and exercise the skills to become a good partner and to actually allow yourself to have and receive love. If you are going to be one of those people who are going to exercise and enact bravery and courage and allow yourself to take the first step, and also do the nervous system work and mindset work to allow yourself to continuously do the work and not self-sabotage, not procrastinate, not deny yourself the desire, not to push the manifestation away, you are going to be top 10%, probably top 1% out of people. And if you resonate with being a golden sheep like I do, then I know that this resonates with you. So if you want to do this work, I invite you into Mindset Mastery, and also to start, you can get the Magic One Mindset Map if you haven't already. I know a lot of you already have it. So I invite you into that, and just allow yourself to have the thing. Don't deny your manifestation. Don't deny yourself the desire. Make it a problem, make it a burden, make it an issue, make it something that is like the bane of your existence. Like, having a desire is a beautiful thing, and being able to manifest it into a physical 3D reality is like magic.